For those of you that do not know, Rob has officially called himself a comedian at times. He has made jokes, therefore, unto society. And because of that, I'm in California where voting is so easy. I'm filling out my ballot currently for some of the questions, what they call the propositions. One of the things that was added this week is, should Rob be extradited to California for horse execution?
Horse execution?
Horse execution. And I don't know which way to vote, if anybody has any sort of thought on that.
Oh, what are they being executed for, Rob?
I think I'm being executed in the manner of a horse. Like I'm being executed like you would execute a horse. Like they would probably shoot me in the back of the head and then turn my feet into glue. Is that
That's where I was going.
The measure would increase state funding of 10% on all property taxes to create an annual execution fund via equine nature to any Rob Creans or Rob Crean related crimes against humanity.
I think that you should vote against this, not just because it's about killing me, but I think a 10% increase to property tax is far too much. It need not be annual. There are not that many Rob Creans. There's about 4 of them. Many of them are in the UK. So look, selfishly as Rob Crean, I don't want to be executed in the manner of a horse or in any manner really. But as someone that cares about California, the Golden State, I just don't think it makes fiscal sense to vote to increase property tax by 10% in order to execute me annually.
And groups that support the measure include the Los Angeles Lakers, the U.S. women's volleyball team from 2012, as well as the Equine Center for Arts.
I have a question. Is it possible that what the law is referring to is the ability of equine legislators to sign and execute laws concerning Rob Crean?
Wait, equine legislators? What is this, ancient Rome?
Rob, your life hangs in the balance.
There was a Roman Empire that appointed a
Caligula.
Caligula, yeah, that's the guy. He appointed a horse as a governor, I think. Senator. I guess it was a senator. Is that right?
Rob, this hardly seems the time for levity.
I think Mike Alston had a point.
It's about a plot to murder me. I feel like I should be allowed to make a joke about that.
It's not murder, it's execution. So
that's state-funded murder in my book.
Your book hasn't been published.
Sanctioned murder. You're right, it hasn't been. But Fake Corned Beef, Real Cabbage, Tales of an Irish-American Vegan, where I talk about my life growing up on the South Shore of Massachusetts. And I'll be out very soon.
On Stitcher Premium.
It was really weird. Does that sound good, Gary?
Yeah, it's good. So your hourly rates are probably reasonable.
That was that.
Quick aside, at a restaurant, outdoor dining last night with a friend who's very, very attractive lady. I only have attractive friends. The server came over. I don't want to interrupt date night. And I went, it's not date night. I wouldn't date her.
I do date very attractive women, and I just love the look that I get from guys when they see me out with these babes. It's like disgust, despair, just confusion, anger, mainly.
Mm-hmm. I think they're looking at you because you're outside of a junior high school. That's just... I can hear your young girlfriend there.
She's not that young. Just in comparison to me, she's young.
They're staring at you, Rob, because you have terrible form when pushing a swing.
Now trending in hashtag kidnap Rob.
For 14 years, I ran a show across the street from that McDonald's, and sometimes someone would come back who used to live in the area. One time this comic came back and he was like, man, when I used to live here, Alston used to be pretty run down, but that McDonald's there is so nice. They redid the whole thing. And I had to be like, yeah, well, it burnt down. They didn't fix it on purpose. It burned down twice. They
keep rebuilding it.
Rob, you ran a show in Alston?
Yep. It was called The Rob Crean Show. It was at O'Brien's. So not exactly across the street from McDonald's, but, down the street.
You only run shows in proximities to McDonald's? In that you run comedy in America?
I mean, I think that my other show is close to a Chipotle.
There's a McDonald's in Central.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, you're right.
There's one right
That's
across
fun.
from the Middle East.
I can't believe that's never been mentioned before. That for 14 years, I ran 2 shows across the street from
The
McDonald's.
largest
McDonald's
corporation
in the
in the
state.
world.
Yeah.
Obviously, Great Scott is across from McDonald's, but I forget about that other place because it it slid into the river, and I think it caught on. I think it exploded while it was sliding to the river. I don't remember what happened.
Caroline, I think it would be fun to get your expert eye on some of the music videos that obviously are the talk of the town through our lives. Give, what you would do differently. The Limp Bizkit's Break Stuff, which features members of the titular proto-pop rap punk group Limp Bizkit dancing in a skate park indoors around other TRL celebrities. Give me something to break. I got your fucking face. Give me something to break.
I picture it being a breakup video where he's metaphorically breaking hearts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I mean, this is a pretty well done video, I think.
I would have actually had boobs there.
Not a lot of people know this, but Limp Bizkit is short for Limper Bizkit.
Well, a lot of people actually don't know that.
Now, do the camo shorts take away from the video or add to it?
No, it absolutely adds to it. I wish they had more pockets, though. Fill those pockets with things that you can break. And as the video goes on, pull things out of the pockets and break them.
All right, we should not play this whole thing, please. For the love of Christ. November Rain's my favorite music video. Starts, of course, with a wedding, and things go awry. Suddenly they're at a funeral. And imagine that obviously I'm Axel and Slash, and Rob's maybe like the tech guy.
Why wouldn't I be one of the... Can I at least be Duff?
No,
No, I'm Duff.
Nick's Duff.
He's right. I'm nothing if not fair.
It would be a South Shore same-sex wedding, and you guys would actually be getting married.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Gary on Gary action? Hashtag
Yeah.
pretty Gary.
Okay.
I'm through this such a long, long time, just trying to find me. Oh, yeah.
And then
I'd actually try to find a look-alike of you that looked so much like you that you got the point that it was supposed to be
Oh,
your
man.
look-alike, but it looked just enough not like you, or it was kind of, you're not sure.
Oh, man.
Mike,
He's going to
Sucks
find
that
a
those
rusty
guys all just got
1963 Volkswagen Bug.
say that, Rob, then Nick.
Oh, I said it just sucks because those guys all just got arrested. The guys that look just like Gary.
I
That
said
is
it's-
true. That is too bad. There's not that many to go around, and they are all pretty ugly, as Mike Alston said. I'm
What
sorry,
the
I didn't say it. I didn't say it, Mike Alston.
Yeah.
You come into his house.
To your house and I call you ugly. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
I said it was going to be hard to find a rusty Volkswagen Bug. Every time he sings, the front hood opens.
The only thing that's easier to find than a Volkswagen Bug is guys that look like Gary.
What about the guys that look like Gary that are dressed as a rusty Volkswagen Bug on all fours as the wheels?
Hmm.
That's the video. That's the video.
We're about to come up to my favorite time of year, which is the time of year where I get to do this joke with my roommate. Next month when he's coming in, he'll like, it's raining, I'm all wet. Ugh. And I say, yeah, do you, just wanted to ask you, do you have a difficulty, keeping grip on primitive lighting devices when the weather's like this? And I'll just keep asking that in different ways until he finally says, yes, Rob, it's hard to hold a candle in the cold November rain. He really hates it, but I do it every year.
What would you do for maybe some songs that don't have videos? Like the national anthem doesn't have video.
Yes, it does.
Another same-sex marriage video. That's actually, I'm changing it, and that's the same-sex marriage video.
It's still the same person of the same sex having sex with themselves.
It's you.
At their wedding.
You're gonna be in all of my music videos from now on. You're my muse.
That's me on me.
It didn't feel edgy enough for the ratio of glasses.
Yeah, pigs.
I did mention same-sex marriage twice, though, so I think that's probably as edgy as people can handle.
All of it. Yeah.
Man, they gotta legalize gay marriage. Well, come on, people. Let's legalize it.
Hey, Congress.
Yeah, seriously.
Get real.
Legalize gay marriage and
Come on.
apartheid.
Oh,
I like that movie.
I disagree, Gary.